It's time for Quarantine Cabaret Cocktails with Robert Bannon and Lee Lessig.
Hello, Robert.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. This is the 28th week.
Stop it.
And I was doing math, and I'm not a math teacher, but I think that
You're
means
barely an English teacher. I mean, let's face it. Right?
if 28 divided by 4 is 7 months of Quarantine Cabaret and Cocktails.
It's crazy. We started like April 2nd or something? 7th?
Mhm.
What was it? I can look it up. But it was way back.
Way back.
It was way back. I know. Just all the people that we've had on the show, it's amazing. It's just amazing. And we've met, a lot of them are friends, but we've met so many incredible artists.
Yeah.
It's
That
really
have
wonderful.
shared their projects and stories and time with us and you every single Thursday.
I love it. I love it. So I'm just gonna address the elephant in the middle of the room, as it were. This episode is actually being pre-recorded. It's the best of Quarantine Cabaret and Cocktails, and we are pre-recording it because I am out of town right now. I am on an RV glamping adventure in Utah, and I'm just trying to find my Mormon roots.
This is the moment that I wish we could live satellite feed to your campground and see
Right?
you out there,
I know.
cooking.
I know. Hopefully I'll have photos.
Yes. I think
But so because we're not sure like what the cell service is going to be, what the Wi-Fi situation is, we didn't want to miss a week. We decided to prepare for you some of our favorite moments, which was really hard. We've been working on this for like 2 weeks because we love everything,
Yes, absolutely. And how do you fit in almost 100 people? I don't know how many people have been on the show into the best of. So we just
I know
we would
it's crazy.
Some of our favorite moments.
Perfect. One of the things I think, Robert, you would agree that has been like one of our favorite things, and it just happened organically. We never really planned it. It just kind of happened. And I now remember how it happened. A friend of mine who works at North Shore Music Theater was suggesting guests. He connected us with Diana DeGarmo and Ace Young and Paige Davis and Patrick Page. And so anyway, he said, what about Jake Ryan Flynn? And I had happened to have seen this video that on YouTube that Jake released at the very beginning of lockdown. He did a parody of the opening number from Hairspray, Good Morning Baltimore, called Good Morning Quarantine. And he's just adorable. And Jake was he played Charlie in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory on Broadway, and he was in previews for the musical version of Mrs. Doubtfire when COVID hit and, of course, Broadway closed down. And so I was super excited, and my friend Matthew put me in touch with Jake's mom, and we were chatting, and she said, Jake thought it might be fun, if you like the idea, for him to reach out to some of the other cast members to join him on your show. So we then made Jake our co-host, and he was fantastic and far more prepared than you and I ever have.
Games and questions, and he was
trivia. He's really put us to shame. But we had the entire principal cast of Mrs. Doubtfire, and that started the audience loved it. You guys wrote us and said you loved it. And so we've done several more Broadway cast reunions. And that has just been so fun for us.
Oh, and we like you said, we never thought that the entire cast of Mrs. Doubtfire would come on. Same thing with Sideshow. Sideshow, we originally had Alice Ripley and Emily Skinner on, and then before you know it, we didn't only have the principal cast, we had the director, we had the lyricist,
composers,
we had
the whole crew.
The whole crew. Same with Frozen, and same with we really have had such a embarrassment of riches of people who have come on.
In a few weeks, I think November 12th, we have the principal cast and the Tony Award-winning book writer of Tootsie, the musical, are coming on. So I'm excited about that.
Yes.
Crazy, right?
So it's amazing, and it's just nice to see the camaraderie and the behind the scenes stories.
Absolutely,
those together.
Absolutely. Well, here are some of our favorite moments from our Broadway cast reunions.
God. You guys, we have lived our lives. This is good.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for being here.
Well,
thank you.
I'm crying. That was so great.
Yeah. You know, I have to say, I'm really glad that we're all here, because so much of the time, Alice and I get asked to talk about Sideshow, and rarely is the whole principal cast. I think this may be the first time.
Yes.
Ever we've all gotten a chance to talk about the show together. So I'm thrilled to be here with all of you.
You know, we weren't actually joined together.
You weren't.
No. It's called acting. You can't hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
me. Can you hear me? We weren't joined together. It was an illusion. You really can't hear me right now? Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you. Yes.
Oh, I'm paranoid.
I can hear you.
I can't hear you either, MC. I can never hear you.
Emily, from joy seeing everybody right this minute, actually.
So I really tried, Robert and I really tried. We wanted to surprise you and make this, better. How could it be better than having you all here? I don't even know. But I reached out to Bill Russell because I thought he could come on and surprise you.
I am so grateful for the experience of working in that extraordinary time with this extraordinary group of people. And together we created something that means so much to so many people.
I don't know. We've never had more than 10 people. Well, let's just see if we're going to do one at a time and see if it works. I'd like to introduce to you the director of Sideshow, Bobby Long.
Love Bobby.
Robert.
Hello. Gold, and I'm going to bring on the composer of Sideshow, Henry Krieger.
There was never such crazy vocals as any show I've ever done. Is from the four of you.
Thank you for playing with us tonight, and I'm kind of speechless. Aside from that, I just can't believe this is happening.
Burnham, Amanda McBroom, Susan Werner, and Ann Hampton Calloway are here.
How nice of you guys to show up.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, when we got to that studio, riding in limousines, everybody arrived in limousines, and there were camera cranes, and I thought, who in the world is paying for all this? And
you know what, Mark? If you remember, we were backstage.
And but the truth of the matter is, we filled that sucker.
Look who's here.
Nita Whitaker.
Oh, guys, where's the light? I'm trying to. Where's the light, honey? The black girl needs some light. Where is it? Hey, everybody!
You know what? I've done many recordings in my day, and I am most proud of this. Not only just musically and artistically.
Like it's interesting reminiscing about doing all this during this pandemic time. we talk a lot about how, you know, as artists, you know, this is what we do, being able to do what we do. And right now we're not able to do what we do. So it makes me appreciate those moments even more, you know, looking back and reliving the In Good Company. It's just been like a tonic for this poor artist's soul, you know what I mean? Because it is so nice to revisit and to relive those moments, because right now it's tricky for all of us, especially as artists. You know, you have to find those moments where you can create and make it happen for you. So
in that spirit, if I may, it sounds like you're about to wrap it up, Lee. I just want to try something, because I've never been on screen with this many people simultaneously. And even though there's latency on the internet and we can't sing a song together, we could sing a chord together.
Okay.
So Lee, if you pick like a root tone, I bet the rest of us could harmonize a chord.
Wow.
Are you willing to try it?
Yeah. You give me a root and I'll sing it.
Okay.
May we all meet again.
How are you handling quarantine?
I'm good. Here in Florida, it's really hot. So I've been playing outside and riding my bike. And actually, yesterday, I lost my tooth. So this morning, I woke up in the tooth fairy cave.
Annalise, where are you?
I'm in Staten Island, New York, so not too far from the city.
And Avery, how old are you?
I'm 9.
9. And this was your Broadway debut, huh?
Yes, I've been counting down the days until Broadway reopens so we can go back to Broadway. And I can make my Broadway debut and we can all finish what we started.
Lee, if you want to feel like schlubs that we are, between the 3 of them, they have 6 Broadway show credits.
Wow. And Robert and I, between the 2 of us, 0.
I can't get a call back.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Well,
how are you all?
So good. Can I just say that you, for the last 12 minutes, I would say the 2 of you got a sense of what it's like to be backstage.
Yeah.
Jonas Brothers, avocados, and tooth fairies, nonstop.
Nonstop. I know, but they're so adorable. Oh my God, what a weird time. So how do you balance that?
It's you know, it was absolutely devastating and continues to be devastating every day, because we believe so strongly in the story we're telling and the expanding the definition of family, and the show is a warm blanket to us and the audience, and I crave it daily. But I also am reminded every single day that there is a larger world outside of Broadway, and that world needed us to stop. And it was the right thing to do. And we had to step aside and let health take the public health take the priority. And now you have this additional conversation happening about race that I don't think could have happened without that larger pause. And both of those issues are ones worth stepping aside for, and being part of the amplification of those issues is something that I think was worth pausing our show for. And I think once we're unpaused, we'll hopefully go back to do our show for a healthier and a smarter and kinder world.
Hey!
Great game!
Cheers, you guys!
Cheers!
Thank you, Eden, Nick, and Max, for being here with us.
Thanks for having us.
Happy to be here.
We are all such Fans. You're all fantastic.
Thank you.
The show is beautiful. How are you all doing?
Okay. Hey,
Yeah.
it's great to see you guys. I miss.
Now, are you all on? You're all on the East Coast now, or?
I am.
Okay.
New York.
We are all in New York, Max.
Yes, all right. We're all in New York State, right? To respond, sheesh. Guys, I got so nervous while you were playing the montage because I was like jamming out and it said everyone can see and hear you.
I did the same thing.
But they can't. They can't.
No, but I got terrified.
I was like, we're sitting. I'm watching Jason Baby Ball. We're watching Jason Baby Ball.
I first discovered you in the musical Brooklyn. I did not. I know. I did not know who you were. But John McDaniel is a friend of mine. He's like, you have to come and see this. And I think I went 4 times. I think I went, I bought like, yes, I was obsessed. First of all,
you kept us open as long as you
like, you know, as a singer, as you all are, when other like amazing singers are singing, you know, you are like subconsciously like placing, you know, where those notes come from. And I watched that show and I literally could not figure out where the hell those notes were coming from. It was yeah, it was amazing. And of course you've gone on to, you were one of the longest running Elphabas in Wicked and
let me tell you, I went, I'm like Eden fan out here. The Brooklyn reunion concert, Eden sings all those notes better than ever last year.
It was amazing.
Thank you for coming, Robert.
Oh my
Nick was
goodness.
there too.
It was
Thank
my
you.
pleasure. Killed it.
I love it. I love it.
I will always owe Eden a great debt of gratitude. She recommended that I go to William Esper. I'm a William Esper alumni, like she is. Changed my life to be an actor.
Changed my life.
What's William Esper? Tell me about it. What's
It's
acting?
the Meisner Studio.
Oh, Technique? No. Never heard of it.
Hey, Nick.
Hi.
There he is.
Nick, how are you feeling?
You're feeling better. So Nick has had the coronavirus maybe twice.
Maybe twice. You know, I get like I had chicken pox 3 times when I was a kid, so this is just my thing. Like I get things all the time and I get them more than once. So I don't know. My immune system is always like, come here, bring it.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
I am. I'm feeling much better. Thank you.
So
we were babies. We were babies.
That was only 2 years ago. I don't know what you're talking about, Adam.
I know what you're talking about.
There you are. Wow.
Hi, Adam. Hi, Courtney. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks for
having us, you guys.
I was there.
Wow.
I saw you guys. I was there the second month you guys were open, and it was so beautiful. You both have such gorgeous voices, and it's such a beautiful production. And
thank you, Robert.
No, please.
Thank you, Robert. That's so sweet.
Pleasure for
Robert, I don't have a carrot, but I have rosé. So cheers to you. And cheers to
same color. Same color. Cheers. Cheers. I know.
Cheers.
Oh, I love
Adam, you're joking right now.
Adam has a whole evening of Alan Menken that we're going to put out on the road, but we were halted. But that's
Lee, Adam and I want to do a show. We want to do a show. Adam, we should collab.
Hello.
We talked about this. We just never done it.
Hello.
I don't know why.
We talked about it. We talk about it, and then
Talk about it. We have time. It's quarantine. We're not teaching the kids. Come on, let's
I
have a
mostly have
brainstorming
such
session.
a time in quarantine. That is such a lie because my kids are home with me from school, so I have no time. It's a
You
lie.
have zero time.
Wow, it's pretty big to be the original star of any musical, let alone a Disney spectacular. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, bucket list for sure.
Bucket list.
Well, thank you guys, and cheers to you guys for doing this.
Cheers.
Sending some, happiness and
everybody out there. I wish you the best.
You're like-
Stay safe. Stay sane.
On the social medias that Patty is now teaching master classes through Artists and Beyond. Is that right?
I am Artists and Beyond and also Broadway Plus. And, you know, I spent most of this quarantine pregnant and then with a newborn. And so I really didn't, you know, that is just a terrible time to start, you know, working at all, even if it's from your own home. So in like the last 2 weeks, I've just been to the point where I'm like, okay, she's on like kind of a schedule and we're like good to go. So I've been doing some coachings and some Q&As and meet and greets and stuff, frozen birthday parties. It's
oh wow. Myself at the dining room table being like literally so mad, and sent it out at like midnight, and the next morning, like the advertising team from like Disney Theatrical had called me like 6 times. They're like, we need to talk. And like the rest is history. But yeah, somehow still relevant, especially with the upcoming election. I'll continue to snatch those flags if I see them.
Yes, Daddy. It was iconic.
If you Google Frozen and you Google Tim's name, it pops up as your first pick.
Yep.
Kevin, this is Emmy Award winner Kevin, who Altar Boys has been done literally all around the world. Kevin and Patty say places with open.
Places with
Again, it was like 1 week that became 5 weeks that became a year and a half, and it was just like the best group of people. It's intimidating to come into a moving machine like that, but it couldn't have been a more magical, like truly like anything you hope your Broadway debut to feel like.
Sort of the last spark plug that got replaced at the end. And if you know anything about a spark plug, nobody ever thinks of it, but it's the thing that sort of like just gives that, you know, the spark to the actual engine. And I did not realize what a juggernaut that I was becoming a part of. And so the journey for me started at like relief, because I was already at a place in my life in Los Angeles where I was, you know, we all struggle with that thing of like, you know, am I following the right dream? Am I doing the right thing? And I had sort of hit a wall in Los Angeles. And when I got Frozen, it was asking me personally to bring the best of all of what I had learned in my career up to this moment.
There he is.
Yeah. I'm back. I didn't know I was muted. I'm sorry. I'm the technological loser tonight. I checked into the StreamYard thing, and then you had to click at something else. I was there checking my mic, and where is everybody?
No, you're.
And then I got text from every single person here practically saying, "Where are you? What are you doing?" Literally, it was great. They're my friends.
Oh
my goodness. I love that, Patty. The end of Frozen, that whole crew together was just something really, really.
Oh my God! Like all these people were on our little show.
Going back from the Falsettos touring cast and all there.
I had forgotten about some of this. Crazy, right?
It all blurs together after a while. It's too many cocktails in these quarantines. Another thing is, whoever thought that people who not only we figured we'd get people from the stage, but the screen as well.
TV stars.
We just talked about earlier about our story about Paige Davis. Paige Davis was on. I asked her if she would help Lee redecorate his house and do his construction.
And she said no. She actually told me that I was a fool for doing renovation during lockdown.
That's
you know what? It's actually been okay. It's given me something to do, and I have a beautiful new kitchen. I have a wonderful new living room. This morning before the show, I sold all of our outdoor patio furniture, and it got moved out, and the new stuff is coming next week. And I'm having a permanent outdoor kitchen, grill, prep space being built, and it's kind of fun.
Yes, it's a total upgrade.
Well, yeah, because we're going to be here a while. I hear. Right?
For real. We also, you know what I saw the other day? When we had Aaron Lazar on, he talked about a show called Filthy Rich that had not premiered yet, and now it's a hit. It's like a smash hit on Fox.
I watch it, and he is really good.
Really good.
He's really good, and he's singing on the show as well. And I love his character, and it's great. It's really great. Yeah.
And of course, all the idols. We, Diana, DeGarmo, Ace Young, they were on with Michael Orland. We had Constantine Maroulis. All of those.
We'll have to have Aaron back on the show now that
Yes, now he's a big star.
Yeah.
Well, he was a big star, but he's a television star.
So great. I'm so happy for him. Yeah. You what?
This segment starts off with our mutual dear friend, who's now also talk about a TV star, Griffin Matthews, who just is in New York today to finish filming The Flight Attendant for HBO. So
yeah, I saw that on the socials.
Yes.
It's crazy. I mean, when I met Griff, like, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, he was unemployed, basically, you know? And now he's like a big to-do.
A big to-do.
I love it.
I love it.
I love when really good things happen to really good people. That is my favorite thing. And he's a really, really great guy. He's a great actor. And so it's great. So, well, anyway, here are all the TV stars that have graced us with their presence.
Oh,
look at that!
Did you see how that works?
Griffin Matthews, that was amazing.
How are you?
I was watching I was in the kitchen. I got the baby in the living room. He's watching Shaun the Sheep. I'm watching you two. I'm watching my husband. I'm back in the closet. Just like that.
I love it. That's back in the closet. How are you doing? How's life quarantined in California?
Oh, guys, it's hot and it's hard. That's what I'm gonna tell you. It's hot and it's hard. I have a very different perspective on daycare workers, teachers, stay-at-home moms and dads. I got a whole different life, understanding of what they're doing. So we have a 2-year-old who is a teenager, and he just turned 2 on March 28th. He is now telling us what he's not going to do.
Wow.
He's the sweetest, but it's tough. It's tough.
He's a cutie.
Well, in the last, 6 or 8 months, it feels like your career, especially your TV career, has skyrocketed, because when I met you, I don't know, 3 years ago, is it 3-4 years ago? Yeah.
I was unemployed.
You were unemployed. And then I was flipping through Netflix, and I saw that Dear White People, and you were on it. You didn't even tell me.
No.
And now I noticed you posting. You're in New York. You're in Rome. You're on this new HBO series called The Flight Attendant, which will premiere when?
Ask Jesus, because no one now knows.
Well, he's our next guest, so we'll get back
to your next guest. He'll let you know.
You guys share a birthday.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
I really, I love nothing more than when really good things happen to really good people. So
I appreciate
it.
No, it's been a very the life of performers, as you both know, it is like this, and most of the time people are unemployed. Actually, what the reality of being an actor or a writer in this business, most of the time you're in a closet talking to your friends. That's how it is.
I'm in LA. We have new orders here. We have to. Well, I guess you guys are far enough away. I can take this off.
I'm across the country. Hi, Jay Rodriguez. Thank you
Hi.
for being here.
Thanks for having me. This is great. This is so cool to be able to connect artists this way, and thank you for this moment.
Can we just take a moment and discuss that you perform with Gladys Knight?
I know that was my first. So that show was kind of like Dancing with the Stars, and every week they'd surprise you with a new celebrity guest. You'd open an envelope and you'd see who you're singing with, and she was my first. And that was daunting because I just moved to Los Angeles, Queer Eye. I just finished shooting it. I knew it was over, but it hadn't been announced yet, and so there was a lot weighing on me being able to transition from what I had taught the world I was, which was like a Puerto Rican Emily Post on Queer Eye, to the performer that they didn't really get to meet yet, but some people in New York knew about from my theater and cabaret background there. But yeah, that was a very nerve-wracking moment.
Well, as a super duper fan of that show, and not to harp on the show, but I wanted to find the clip of you and Patty singing "Somewhere Over the Rainbow."
Oh,
That
I
is
know.
everything.
Yeah, that was really wild. And also, the pool is open all summer, so I expect you to come by and visit again. You know, I absolutely will. I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay. Have a good show.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Hey, you're on this new show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the fall.
I found some stills.
Oh, did you now?
Yep, like that one.
Oh,
Look at
cool.
that.
Yeah. So
And then that one. Look at you. There you are, like right there.
nice
Right
clothes,
where,
yeah, nice, very nice clothes.
I don't know where my fingers are, but I'm trying to point to you. But look at that.
Yeah, over there on the side.
Yeah.
This show sounds so much fun. Can you tell? You play an evangelical minister?
Yeah, I play a reverend.
Reverend.
So Kim, the great Kim Cattrall, Gerald McRaney played the sort of patriarch and matriarch of a billion-dollar Christian television network, and I'm the minister of the network, so I'm kind of like the preaching face of the network, and I get to preach and I get to sing a little bit, which is really cool, making some music. Here you go. Now you've invited to the circus.
There he is. Yeah.
Hey!
Oh!
Our uncle just sent us some of the maybe most precious Michael Jordan cards because these cards are worth actually like a lot of money. These are precious gem Michael Jordans.
Awesome.
Precious gem Michael Jordans.
Precious gems.
And this is a 9.5 Tiger.
Oh, Tiger Woods graded.
Graded.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, see, Robert knows. I don't know anything about this.
Graded.
except-
PSA graded cards. You have to have it in good condition for it to stay worth money.
Yeah, stay well, guys. Stay healthy. And
Thank you.
Thanks for doing this.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
having me.
Yeah.
Well, you are the like literally iconic house. You are the construction house designer person. Do you have advice for Lee, who is literally getting a brand new kitchen?
My advice would be, why are you starting that in a pandemic?
Okay, here's the deal.
Like, it's
Here's
not
the deal.
hard enough to get the
I know.
food and know
Here's
about
the deal.
and
We
get it
need
home.
you
Now
there.
in the kitchen
I know.
to prepare it.
I know.
You're doing well.
Paige,
I'm doing well.
Before we've kept you guys, how did it start? How did the home renovation? How did all of that? Is that something you've always been interested in? Is musical theater first? Like what? How did that order happen?
I have no expertise in DIY whatsoever. I'm a Broadway gypsy who auditioned for a reality show and became its host.
Wow.
Yeah, I have amateur love and passion for decorating my home as anybody would. In fact, my mom actually studied interior design and went to school for interior design, and it's her number one passion is interior design. But in terms of DIY, I mean, I learned not as much as I should have on the show because I wasn't really that interested. I mean, I was more interested in talking to the neighbors and interviewing them and being with them and, you know, asking them how they were feeling. Than I really wanted to learn how to do a tile backsplash.
Right. Well, let me tell you about a tile backsplash.
If senior high school Robert knew that Diana DeGarmo and Ace Young were on my little show with Lee, I would have freaked out. I am such fans. It is such a pleasure for you guys to be here. Thank you. I found this.
Wait, I need to see the photo.
This is me and Diana DeGarmo.
What?
At a Broadway Cares fundraiser in New York City.
Yeah,
that was like
remember that outfit, so I remember that time of my life. Robert, look at us coming back together virtually
during the Toxic Avenger, and you were in the Toxic Avenger, and I had the Blue Skies album, and I am here. I'm with you. Fan.
Oh,
I have to say one thing, because I saw Diana do the whole show like with her live band and stuff in New York at Sony Hall. And it sounds as good. You know, there's a lot of singers today, as you know, Lee, that can sing great in the studio, and that's it. And they need the studio where they lip sync to themselves in the studio. This girl is one of the gifted that sounds as good as the album in person. It's plus she puts all that theatricality into it. It's like it's a freaking show.
I
love that.
No.
You. I couldn't love you more.
When is that going to be available?
Yeah, when is that going to be available, Ace? Good question.
Truthfully, I thank you for the music, by the way, Michael. I truthfully, I've had it done.
Do I
for
have
a
to
little
pay a
while.
royalty on that?
I think
we did less.
Griffin.
We do more than 16 bars?
No.
Okay, we're good.
And, we've started we're calling it a holiday record because we want to include everybody, and we're calling it Evergreen. So we're writing a Christmas holiday special end of year record, and we're gonna debut that in July with another live stream show on Christmas in July is what we're calling it.
Well, I cannot thank you enough for joining us. We're all going to be watching on Tuesday
night.
Thank you. We can't wait to have you all with us. Either it's going to be hilarious and crazy, or it's going to be hilarious and crazy.
We're gonna have
one
fun.
or the other.
Great. And then after that,
Michael?
we'll start the reality show where we can have Michael O every day in the studio with us as our all-time music leader, and we'll just have our own show that goes until we're all just gone.
I love it. I love it.
I'm in.
Michael, we have to do a Facebook watch party. Michael.
Yeah, I'm totally in.
It's crazy.
Thank you, Lee and Robert, for having me. That was so fun. And
Thank you for
Diana,
surprising us.
Yes, we
Follow
miss you and
them.
love you.
We love you.
I love you guys so
Follow
much.
Follow Ace and Diana and Michael on all the social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, on it all. Follow them there.
And come celebrate this wonderful woman's birthday on
Tuesday.
Yeah.
There you go. You effortlessly made it uniquely your own. My hat is off to you.
Absolutely.
Well, mine to you. I have my hat on, and it's one of those days. It's like, oh, it's a hat day. It's very humid here in New Jersey. Thank you very much, first for having me, boys, and for saying those nice.
You have a new album coming out like in 10 days or 20 days, right? July 10th.
You know, nothing like putting out a record in the middle of our country on fire and a pandemic and whatnot. I feel like great time. Oh, here he is. He's like,
it's a great time.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited. It's my first original record in a decade. I've been busy acting and Broadway and producing and touring a bit and all that stuff, getting to do more film and television as I get a little older. I'm like a character guy. I remember when I was like, cute, young, Now it's like fat dad.
Oh, you're still cute and young.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Everybody, you have to, I got to change the view here because I don't want to cover your face with this. But Until I'm Wanted drops July 10th. You can pre-order it on CONSTANTINEMAROULIS.com right now.
Sign it for you.
July 10th on all platforms. There you go.
Exciting.
Well, stay safe, stay healthy.
I'll see you around the 201.
I would like that. Look me up. DM me. We'll go.
All right.
We'll go to Kinchleys.
Pizza for spicy pizza.
Yes.
All right, Kinchleys. That's a deal. That's a date.
Oh my gosh, so
Loved
fun.
It. So much fun. I mean, the memories. I don't even remember. It's watching it. It's like watching it for the first time.
I know. It's really. It's so strange. It's such a strange thing that we have been, sitting here for so many months, and so much has happened in the world and everything else, and and we have our little show.
And it's the gift that keeps on giving to us because it gives us something to do and artistically and to meet all these new friends. So many of you have been so consistent in watching the show that now we're like, I feel like we're old friends. It's like a little family.
I know. It's great. And I want to thank everybody for your support. We did not start this as a for-profit venture. But it does cost money for the platform and editing and blah, blah, blah. So if you want to support the show and keep it on the air, swipe up, click down. I don't know.
Go to
everything's reversed.
Or PayPal, or drop off a bag of money at Lee's house. Whatever works best.
Right.
We take
Hey, I'm just waiting for my cheesecake to arrive. Okay.
It's coming. I heard it's coming.
I know it's coming, and I am waiting for it. Okay.
I never, in a million years, when this show started and we booked our first show 7 months ago with Jessica Vosk and Amanda McBroom, thought that anyone would ever sing on this show.
I know. Well, we talked about it, and we were very clear that we were going to keep this as a talk show, because there was so much virtual stuff being thrown around the interweb, and there was a lot of talk administratively about licensing issues and all that stuff. And we did not want to deal with that, fight with that, pay for that. We just didn't. And if someone performs and you run the risk of having it pulled down if the song they're performing is not covered. Anyway, it was all too confusing. And so we really focused on making this a talk show, right?
Yeah.
But there have been moments, several exciting moments, where we've had, like singer-songwriters on, and they can perform their own material.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, we had Cheetah Rivera on, and we would never ask her to sing, and she was on with her daughter Lisa Mordente, Tony nominee, and Michael Orland was our guest celebrity co-host, and they did an impromptu rendition of Nowadays from Chicago. I mean, come on, and we have it on tape.
And we have it on tape. We would have
really happened.
Asked for that impromptu moment. Melissa Manchester was on, and she shows up sitting at her piano, and it's just like, sure, I'll sing a little something for you.
I know. I felt like I didn't know that she was going to perform. Her assistant didn't say anything about it, but she was sitting there at the piano, and I felt like we had to, make mention of the fact that there's a piano in the room.
Even the same thing happened with Adam Pascal. Adam Pascal had a guitar, and he's like, I'll sing Seasons of Love from Rent. Oh, okay.
Oh, fine.
Sure.
Twist my arm.
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll squeeze it in. Let's check our time.
Right. I love it. Fantastic. I think that is the best setup ever for our performers, our singers.
All the way back to week 1.
Make me an angel that flies a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living. It's just a hard way to go. Treasure most will be the hardest one. I will watch you struggle on before the answers come, but I won't make it harder. I'll be there to cheer you on. I'll shine a light that guides you down the road you're walking on.
I got my ear against the track and I can hear that train coming. Smoke is rising from the stack. I'm gonna climb aboard and ride. And when I meet that distant morning mountain air, the sun will rise and I will feel it shine.
The reasons why I'd suggest to you, why I'd suggest this is the best part of your life.
Woman is plain, line, form. Woman is plain, color, light. Woman is seed, green, shattered. Woman is powerful. Woman is shape, breath, form. Woman is bone, muscle, light. Woman is curve and shadow. Woman is beautiful.
In daylight, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, in strife, in 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in the life? How about love? How about love? How about love?
My sensibilities are calling. I can see over the edge, and I'm starting to feel like I'm falling, falling, falling.
Hello there, good old friend of mine. You've been reaching for yourself for such a long time. There's so much to say, no need to explain. Just an open door for you to come in from the rain.
Oh!
There's men everywhere, jazz everywhere, blues. Are we with you? Life everywhere, joy everywhere. Nowadays.
Oh my God, that was ridiculous.
You can live life that is around with ice, and that's good. Glad I heard that. Isn't it great? Isn't it swell? Isn't it fun? Isn't it? But nothing stays. My birthday line in 50 years or so. That's right. It's gonna change. My word is heaven.
so much talent. I love it.
Love those.
I
Jennifer
love
Love
them.
singing that John Pine song from the first week set the precedence of like.
It sure did. She sets the bar very high.
Very high.
Oh my gosh, that voice.
That voice.
That voice.
I can only imagine what our next best of show will have because there's so many more clips and so many more people that we want to squeeze in.
I know. Well, first of all, I want to tell everybody about next week. This kind of just like happened, and I'm so excited about it. But this year is the Peggy Lee Centennial, and they had so much planned for her centennial. You know, Hollywood Bowl, Carnegie Hall, and of course, everything got canceled. And so next week, our guest host is Peggy Lee's granddaughter, Holly Foster Wells, who has become a dear friend over the years. I literally met her at my nephew's Little League baseball game. I know. She was... at the time, we had an Old English sheepdog, Maddie, who was gorgeous. And Holly loved the dog. And so we would see her, and I didn't know who she was. We were chatting, you know, week after week. And then one week she said, so what do you do? And I was like, oh, I sing. I'm in the music business. And she was like, oh, my grandmother was a singer. Maybe you knew her. And I was like, who's your grandmother? And she's like, Peggy Lee. And I'm like, okay, that's not even fair. You know, that's like saying, maybe you've heard of my uncle, Billy Joel. You know,
right, exactly. Right.
So
little known performer.
I know. So we have Holly on, and one of our dear friends and favorite vocalists, Stacey Sullivan, who tours in a tribute to Peggy Lee. She's going to be here. So we're excited. It's going to be really fun. So tune in next week for a tribute to Peggy Lee.
Yeah,
and
fun, exciting shows booked through the end of the year, and we are so grateful that you spend your Thursday night in this crazy world. You give us an hour of your time to chit chat.
We love it. Yeah. Any other announcements? Anything?
No. Look what I got though. Look what I got in the mail. This is my mail-in ballot.
Oh my God, I got the same thing. It's in the hallway. I got it yesterday. I'm so excited.
It's October, and that means election day is around the corner, so don't forget to send
vote. So important.
Lee, you are always a pleasure. It's my highlight of my whole week.
Oh, me too. And right about now, I'm probably making s'mores over a fire pit.
Don't get lost in the woods, please. We don't want to send a helicopter to come find you somewhere in the mountain.
I think I'll be okay.
I always said I would be the one who wouldn't survive camping, and there's like McDonald's lights a mile away, and I would be lost.
I know. Well, I was never much of a Boy Scout, and yeah, camping's not really my thing. But we literally are going glamping, so
have fun and get home safe.
I know, and I will have video and to prove that I actually did this.
Yes, yes, perfect.
Have a great week.
Thank you. Have a great week, everyone.
We'll see you soon.
See you next
Bye
week.
for now.